I saw it! I saw them! I can still see them now!
Did you know that when Batman finally killed the Joker and witnessed the death of his friends, his life changed so much that the biggest enemy he had to face was himself? You see, in this reality, Green Arrow was badly hurt after fighting Amazo, and after not being able to shoot his bow, his career as a hero ended. This experience left him deeply angry and bitter towards metahumans, so he became an outspoken critic of them, appearing on talk shows and constantly blaming the Justice League for the chaos, instilling fear into regular humans' heads. Things take a very different turn for Superman, too, as his ship still crashes on Earth, but the Kents never find it, all because of a single nail that punctures their tire, and because they never see the landing, they never discover the child inside, and as a result, Superman disappears somewhere on Earth, never raised by the Kents. The Justice League still forms, but without a clear leader, and without humanity's symbol of hope. They often struggle as the constant propaganda campaigns against them, funded by other villains, only make things worse. So, to fight back, they reach out to Lois Lane for help. She agrees, but Batman immediately warns her.
That's all very noble, Miss Lane, but I'm not interested in any journalist's opinion of my actions. I'm far more concerned with capturing criminals than I am with bad press reviews.
That's the problem! You immerse yourself in mystery and superstition. That's why you have the worst public image of all. You deliberately scare people.
Batman tells her that only criminals are and should be scared of him, so the two start to argue, and Lois tells him that he's so blinded by his crusade that one day his actions will give people a reason to justify all the metahuman hate. But before the argument can go any further, Batman gets a call that there's trouble in Gotham, so he leaves immediately. And that's when we see Arkham Asylum, where Catwoman is visiting her psychiatrist, talking about her complicated feelings for Batman. But as she speaks, Joker, who has gotten his hands on alien technology, blows apart Arkham, releasing every prisoner inside. He then covers it with a protective shield, and when the police arrive, they realize that not a single person can pass through it, except for Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. Finding this strange, Bruce instructs them to stay behind while he goes in alone.
Aw, Batman.
Inside, he finds a group of villains already dead, and it becomes clear that Joker had ordered everyone to fight to the death, promising to spare those who could keep him entertained. Catwoman manages to hold her own and then hurls a metal object at the Joker, telling him that she won't be anyone's slave, but Joker uses his alien technology on her until Batman shows up and begins to fight Joker. Batman tries everything he can, but nothing seems to work. So Joker quickly turns the device on Batman, lifting him into the air and paralyzing him for a moment. Joker then pauses, suddenly looking sad, as he realizes Robin and Batgirl aren't with him. But as he speaks, both of them show up thinking this is just another day they'll easily stop the Joker, but this time...
No! Batgirl! Robin! Get out of here!
Joker begins to crush them and orders Batman to watch, telling him that he's finally won. Batman screams and begs him to stop, but Joker just laughs, looks him in the eye, and kills them. Batman keeps watching their dead bodies floating and then begins to cry. But that's when Catwoman gets up. She manages to hit him, and as he turns to strike back, he notices Batman standing behind him. Batman strikes the device, and as Joker keeps firing and missing, he keeps hitting it again and again. Realizing the device is being destroyed, Joker tries to escape, but Batman grabs his leg and pulls him back into the fight. Finally, after more punches, Bruce gets a hold of the Joker's neck and snaps it, killing him instantly.
You're your own worst enemy, Batman! You're so blinded by your crusade that you'll provide just cause for the media to portray all metahumans as monsters!
While the whole world watches, the media quickly puts the blame on Batman for the massacre at Arkham Asylum. Flames rage through the facility while people like Commissioner Bullock instantly refuse to condemn Batman, calling the journalists vultures. News outlets also report that Batman has most likely died, claiming there was no possible way he could have escaped the police. So Alfred...
Please, Lord, it cannot end like this.
Alfred!
Sir, you are alive! But where are Robin and Batgirl?
They are dead. Dead! Dead!
Time goes by, and we see Catwoman in the Batcave screaming and crying. Alfred also tells her that after the incident, Bruce hasn't spoken a word and simply sits there looking at one point, afraid that after this, Bruce might have lost not only his Bat family, but also his will to live. As the Justice League watches the news, Flash immediately stands up for Batman, saying that after his disappearance and presumed death, journalists can say whatever they want about him now. But Wonder Woman insists that Batman's actions have discredited them all, and that the hate campaign against the League is only getting worse. Before they can argue further, a massive force field suddenly engulfs the entire planet. With the world in danger, the League puts the Batman issue aside and rushes off to save the Earth. As the days go by, we see Batman still in the same position, motionless and staring at a single point, until...
What? Robin?
No!
Alfred tries to stop Bruce, and we see that it's Catwoman dressed as Robin. Alfred tells him that they've tried everything to get Bruce to move, but nothing worked, while Bruce simply tells them to leave him alone, saying that all he can see now are Batgirl's and Robin's dead bodies. While Batman lies in his cave, depressed, weeks go by and we see the Justice League dealing with hate, from politics to fights to threats of all kinds, until finally the whole city turns to flames, as we find out that Lex Luthor and Jimmy Olsen, who in this universe used alien DNA and technology and mutated himself into a godlike being, were the ones behind the anti-meta-human movement.
The building's collapsing!
My children!
But even though the Justice League was hated by most, bit by bit, people finally began to realize who the real enemy was. And even though people started to turn to the Justice League's side, Jimmy Olsen and Lex Luthor have already taken full control of the movement, even managing to imprison every member of the Justice League. But just when all hope seems lost, we see Batman back in action, realizing that his team is in trouble. Selina tells him that he has to stop blaming himself for Robin's and Batgirl's deaths, reminding him that both of them would have died even sooner if it hadn't been for him. But Bruce can't let it go. He says it still wasn't enough. Then he takes her hand and tells her that he doesn't know if he can win or free his team, but tells her that at least he'll try.
Batman! We thought you were dead!
Little by little, Batman fights his way through waves of enemies, wielding the same weapon Joker once used. By the time Jimmy realizes what's happening, it's already too late. The entire Justice League has been freed, so he quickly destroys Batman's weapon, admitting that he was the one who gave it to the Joker. Batman tries to punch him, but he's unable to hurt him at all. Green Lantern gives Batman some of his power, and for a while, Batman manages to hold his own. But as Lantern's energy fades, the boost starts to wear off. So Batman and Jimmy crash somewhere in the fields, and Jimmy starts punching Batman until a random Amish man comes by, grabs Jimmy's hands, and tells him to stop. So Jimmy blasts him, but that's when we see that the man is actually Superman. Jimmy instantly realizes who it is and tells Superman how he managed to extract Kryptonian DNA, saying that it makes them brothers. But Superman immediately tells him that he's nothing like him, then instructs Batman to lie still because of his injuries. Superman's Amish family tells their son that violence isn't their way, but Superman explains that he's tried to follow their teachings for a long time, but also tells them that he can't keep watching evil spread across the world without doing anything.
These peasants have got you brainwashed!
Jimmy gets angry and starts screaming, and then, without warning, kills Superman's family. Superman stares at their burned bodies in disbelief, then unleashes a fury on Jimmy unlike anything the world has ever seen. The Justice League watches in shock, while Batman, still broken, begins helping the civilians. The two fight with such unimaginable power that Olsen starts to burn out and quickly dies. So all the heroes gather at the scene and watch as Superman stands there. And in that moment, they realize that a new hope for the world has finally appeared. Superman falls to his knees and begins mourning his dead parents. But as Batman and Lois watch, two figures step forward and place a hand on his shoulder. It's Jonathan and Martha Kent. And even though everything finally seems okay, we learn that afterward, Batman surrendered himself to the police for killing the Joker. The courts ruled it an act of war. justifying the killing and setting him free. Batman resigned from the Justice League and went back to fighting crime on his own, still never forgiving himself. Not only for failing to save Robin and Batgirl, but for crossing the line he swore he never would. As the act of killing the Joker became the symbol of everything he lost: his family, his control, and his faith in himself.